Hey everyone, welcome back. Today we're taking a deep dive into something a little different,
Yeah.
political
It
anagrams.
sounds fun.
Yeah, it is. We've got some excerpts from a social media creator, and
Okay.
this person is basically taking, all this like political speech and stuff and like turning it into these like really pointed,
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
really pointed
Enneagrams.
anagrams. Exactly. So we're going to you know, kind of unpack how these things work
Yeah.
and whether or not they can actually like
Okay, yeah.
influence opinions.
Right, because,
Yeah,
I mean, it's one thing to be clever with words, but
right.
does it actually change anybody's mind about anything?
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And I think, what's so fascinating to me about this particular creator, and by the way, their handle is @conserve_letters.
Oh, I like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, first of all, just even the name itself is kind of like there's a double meaning there, right?
Oh, absolutely.
It's like, on the one hand, obviously you're conserving letters when you're making an anagram,
Right.
but on the other hand, it's also like, maybe hinting at,
Political leanings, perhaps.
yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. I don't know.
But
Uh,
that's part of the fun, right? Trying to figure out where they're coming from.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And the thing is, it's like what they do is, so for example,
Uh-huh.
they took this phrase, right? It's a long phrase,
Okay.
and it's alone, unappealing, mean, unpopular, racist U.S. president doesn't seem to greatly understand language, ethics, or government.
Wow.
Like it's a mouthful, right?
Yeah.
But then what they do is they take all those letters
Yeah.
and they rearrange them,
Okay.
and it spells out.
Okay.
It spells out. You ever hear this?
Yeah.
It spells out demented, onerous, nasty. And it keeps going.
Wow.
It's like this whole acrostic.
Oh, so it's not just an anagram.
Yes, an anagram acrostic combo.
Oh, so they're using every single letter
Every single letter.
to make this
People
make this
are-
political
Yeah.
commentary.
Commentary.
Yeah.
And so I think, like, to me, what's so interesting about that is it's like, it's one thing to just like come out and say like, I don't like this politician.
Right.
But it's another thing to like take
Take the language itself and use it against,
yeah, exactly.
sort of weaponize it.
Exactly. Yeah, yeah. Like you're using their own, it's almost like you're using, like, if you were to take like, I don't know, like a,
Weapons from, yeah,
yeah, exactly. It's like you're taking,
the other side's weapons.
yeah, you're turning it
Flipping
against,
it around.
and so I think that like, that to me is, it's like, it's forcing people to engage with like the building blocks.
Right. It's not just about agreeing or disagreeing with the message.
Yeah.
It's about, like, the words that make up the message
Yeah.
that you have to think about.
Yeah. And like how those words can be, kind of,
Pre-configured.
yeah. And it's like, it makes you like, I was thinking about this, before we started talking.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about like, have I ever like encountered something like that?
Like an anagram or just
Yeah, like an anagram or just like people, the wordplay.
wordplay.
Yeah, that like made me actually reconsider something.
Yeah.
And I don't know if I could think of a specific example,
Yeah.
but I do think that there's something about that kind of like, it's almost like it's
Subversive.
it is subversive. Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like it makes you kind of like,
It gets past your defenses in a way, right? Like
Yeah.
you're not just reading a statement, you're like trying to figure out a puzzle and then
yeah.
and then it hits you, you know what I mean?
Exactly.
In a different way.
It's like a Trojan horse for ideas.
I like that.
Right.
Yeah, I like that.
Right. It's like you're like, oh, this is fun. This is like a game.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh, wait a minute.
Right.
I'm actually like
You're thinking about it differently.
thinking about something
Yeah.
differently. Yeah.
And that's kind of what art should do, right?
Yeah.
Good art should
Make you think.
make you think differently about the world.
Yeah.
And I think this kind of wordplay can do that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely.
And it's like, this isn't like a brand new thing either,
No, not at all.
It's like, if you think about like political satire
Right.
and like, like throughout history.
Poems and songs and,
Yeah, yeah.
there's always been that
There's always been that element of like, using
wordplay to kind of like
yeah.
get a message across.
Yeah, and it's like sometimes it's like, you have to do that because it's like
Dangerous to be too
too direct.
direct. Yeah. Like if you think about, times when there's censorship or, it's
Mhm.
not, you can't just say what you think. You
No.
have to be
Clever.
more clever.
Yeah, and so like maybe this is kind of like in that same
tradition in a way.
Yeah, it's like a modern
Modern take on
take
that.
on that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I just think it's so fascinating.
Yeah, it is. It's a really creative way to
Yeah.
engage with politics.
Yeah. And like I guess like the question is like,
Mm.
is this actually like swaying anyone's opinions?
Right.
Or is it just like a fun
Just for fun.
thing to do?
Right. I mean, I think it's hard to say for sure.
Yeah.
Like you can't really measure the impact of
Right.
one anagram on someone's political views.
Right.
But I think, like we were saying, if it gets you to think about something in a new way,
Yeah.
that could be the start of changing your mind
Yeah, absolutely.
about something,
And like it's like,
Yeah.
it's almost like it's planting a seed, right?
Planting a seed, yeah.
Yeah, and you don't know if that seed is going to grow,
Right.
but it's there.
But it's there. And
Yeah.
who knows?
Yeah.
It might grow into something.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just think it's really
It's really cool. And I think it's
yeah.
definitely worth checking out.
Yeah.
If people haven't seen this before.
Yeah, so definitely I would say, check out @conserve_letters on social media.
Yeah.
Because it's really it's pretty amazing, and it's fun, and it's thought-provoking.
Yeah. And I think, maybe as you're scrolling through your feed
Yeah.
and you see one of these anagrams,
Yeah.
maybe take a second and just think about
Yeah.
what it's doing, Like
Yeah.
how is it trying to reframe the issue?
Yeah, how is it making me think about this, in a
Yeah.
different way? Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So thanks for joining us on this deep dive.
Yeah, this was fun.
Yeah, it was. It was a fun one. I like it.
I like these different kinds of.
Yeah, I like these different ones. Sometimes it's fun to just get
Yeah.
out of the usual.
The usual.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was great.
Awesome. All right, well we'll see you next time.
All right, sounds good.
Take care.
You too.